Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Brian Hastings and I'm principal of Conway Elementary School. Welcome to Helpful Tips for Parents. So I've been principal here for 20 years and love this school, and I know that parents want the best for their children, and we are involved now with doing some videoing of educators, giving you parents some tips to be involved in the education of your children. So welcome and enjoy.
Thank you, Brian. I'm so glad you're here. Can you tell us a little bit about your own journey as a learner, as a student when you were in elementary school?
Sure. I had a lot of great teachers. I had good parenting, from my parents. But one of the things that I remember really well is by the time I got to 5th grade, I had some learning issues, and by the time I got to 5th grade, I wasn't reading very well. And my teacher, Mr. Harper-Wilcoxen, great guy, used to sing to us, and he was a lot of fun. But one of the things he did for me was that he allowed me to choose any book that I wanted to read. I was struggling to read at that level, and so he had a big library of books with different genre, and he would allow me to go down even to the 1st grade level. As long as I had a book in my hand during our independent reading, and I was reading that book, or I would take that book home, he was psyched to just sort of let me do that. And so it really helped build my confidence over time, and I would take that book home and read, and I'd come back the next day and excited about reading a book, and it was between he and I, because some of them, again, were 1st and 2nd grade books. As a 5th grader, I struggled. And so, as the year went on, I began to read more and more, and I began to build capacity around, my reading and I started to really enjoy reading because there was no pressure from him. And so he was really instrumental in really helping me be successful as a learner. Great guy, a lot of fun. The other part of that story is that my dad, when they discovered that I was having reading, he would come home from work. He was a working man, he was an electrician, and he'd come home and I would sit in his lap as a 5th grader and I would read to him. We would read the comics every night, and we would go through Peanuts and the other comics at the time. And I really struggled reading out loud and orally. That was one of my bigger struggles, and so we would just take it slow and one step at a time, and again, there was no pressure. And he allowed me to sort of be myself. And so between those two men, 5th grade teacher Mr. Harper-Wilcoxen and my dad, I think I really was able to sort of turn the corner and become a reader. I remember my dad, I would go to him, with him to stores and department stores, and there would always be a section of books, and he would go, pick out his electrical stuff, and I would go over and I would be in the book section because I got more and more interested in books. And so he would buy me a book that I wanted to read. Again, he wasn't trying to pressure me into reading anything, but he would say, "What do you want?" And he would always, allow me to take a book home, and buy it for me. And so that really helped me sort of become an avid reader, which I am today. And I wasn't an avid reader in elementary school. I had trouble reading. I had trouble sitting in my seat. I had, I probably would have been coded ADD or something like that. So I understand those kinds of children, and we have children like that here at Conway Elementary School. And so that's what we're all about. We want parents to be involved. It's really critical that parents are involved in the education of their children, and not necessarily in instructing their children, more in terms of partnership with teacher, partnership with school, conversations with teacher, conversations with the principal. They're just working together. The student has a role, the teacher has a role, the parent has a role. I look at it almost like a triangle with everybody doing their part. And that's what we're all about. We're all about connecting with families. We're all about connecting with students, building those relationships, and allowing students to be who they are. And we try to take them from where they are to, where they want to be in their lives. And so it's But the parent involvement's critical. We've been doing parent involvement for a long time. We really believe in it, and it's a critical piece of education, and to work with the school and together, to make it happen for your children. So.
Thank you, Brian. Thanks for being such a big part of Teacher Tips, helping parents help their kids. Appreciate your time.
You're welcome.